Under the warm morning sunlight, Lily looked like an enthusiastic little farmer. She wore comfy shorts and a t-shirt, a wide-brimmed hat on her head, and carried a cute little basket. She quickly passed the eggplant row, where purple fruits were dangling, but her eyes didn't stop. They were aimed straight at the end of the garden. Lily's target was the apple tree. As soon as she reached the tree, in the blink of an eye, she had nimbly climbed the tree, as quick and flexible as a little squirrel. Lily's sharp eyes quickly found her targets. One hand held firmly onto a branch for support, while her other hand quickly reached out to pick the apples. Thud, thud. The ripe red apples kept falling onto the soft grass blanket below. Lily moved skillfully from one branch to another, not missing any delicious fruit within her reach. After a period of effective battle, when she saw there was a good amount of loot, Lily jumped lightly to the ground. She dusted off her hands, happily picked up the plumpest apple she had just picked, brought it to her mouth, and took a big bite. Lily sat right down at the base of the tree, savoring her reward, her eyes shining with ultimate pride and satisfaction. The sweet, refreshing taste of the apple spread, like a well-deserved prize for her hard work. After eating, Lily started gathering. She carefully picked up each apple and placed it in the basket. Soon, the basket was full and heavy. Lily put her hat back on, then used both hands to heave the heavy basket up, and joyfully walked out of the garden to go home. When she got home, Dad was already waiting,
Không muốn đi đập với ba đâu.
gently helping Lily take off her soiled outfit.
Ui trời ơi, chặt dữ ha. Nó cởi ra. Cởi áo ra. Ui trời ơi. Rồi, còn dơ này. Thấy không? Này. Đây đồ của con tự ôm đi, tự bê đi. Đi theo ba nào. Tim này nào. Đây đi ơi, cái này. Đây đi ơi.
Lily scampered after her dad into the bathroom.
Ui trời. Đưa cho này. Đây, bà chỉ cho đi nhá, đi đây ngồi này. Đó. Đây. Đồ của mình đây nhá. Bỏ đây nhá. Mình ngâm nước này. Đúng không? Đó. Đây là chả nhé. Nếu con chả thì con đẩy ở đây được nhá, đi nhá.
Lily sat across from him, watching Dad without blinking, her smart eyes carefully remembering his every move.
Đây, ngồi xuống đây. Xuống đây ngồi. Đấy, áo vào đây. Đấy, con giặt đi.
Lily then actively grabbed her t-shirt and copied exactly what her dad was doing. She was very serious about it, trying to scrub the stains just the way her dad did.
Đúng rồi. Và đặt làm lần nữa nhé. Rồi đánh sạch lần nữa nhé. Lên ghế ngồi đi. Áo đẹp nhỉ? Đi nè. Áo đẹp không? Ừ. Đẹp không? Rồi, được rồi. Xuống đi con, xuống đi nào. Xuống đi phơi đồ nào. Này. Này, con đây thì có.
After Dad wrung both items dry, Lily quickly grabbed the basket of wet clothes and carried it out to the drying yard with him.
Đây rồi. Đây. Rồi.
Her energy seemed endless. She ran straight to the swing set in the corner of the yard, a gift her dad had made himself. But instead of swinging, Lily used it like gym equipment. She climbed, flipped, and swung from the crossbar like a pro, showing off her amazing flexibility and quickness. Dad finished hanging the clothes and turned to see his daughter performing circus tricks. He laughed and shook his head. "All right, my little athlete, let's go inside." Hearing that, Lily leaped to the ground and ran after her dad. After hanging the clothes, Dad went to the kitchen to cook lunch. He opened the rice bin, but it was empty except for one small handful.
Mẹ thích gạo đi đi. Ha.
He sighed and checked his old wallet.
Điền đi lấy gạo nhé.
There were only a few small bills inside, not enough to buy more rice.
Ủa, không đủ đâu. Thôi, hôm nay em đủ tiền mua gạo rồi. Ba còn mỗi 5.000 thôi Ly à.
A worried look crossed his
Không
face.
đủ đâu. Thôi đi ở nhà nhé. Giờ đi ở nhà học bài nhé. Ba đi làm rồi tiền mua đồ ăn nhé. Ha. Để tạm đây đi ha.
Lily, Dad said gently, "please stay here and study. I'm going to the garden to find vegetables to sell. We need money for rice." Lily looked up and saw the worry in his eyes, even though he tried to hide it. "Okay, Dad, be careful," she said.
Đi ở nhà nhé.
Dad put on his hat, grabbed a hoe, and walked silently to the garden. Lily tried to focus on her laptop lesson, but she kept thinking about her dad. Suddenly, a video of a street performer playing guitar popped up. An idea sparked. She looked at her small wooden guitar, a special gift from her dad. "I have to help Dad," she thought. Lily shut the laptop, grabbed her guitar, and put on her straw hat. She ran all the way to the small, busy market. Oh! She found a corner, placed her hat on the ground upside down, and took a deep breath. She began to play.
Hi.
But people just hurried past.
Dễ thương quá đi.
Her music was quiet and hesitant, lost in the noise of the market. This time, the music was not timid. It was strong and clear. The new energy made people stop and listen.
Hi. Hi.
The first coin landed in her hat
Thank
with a
you.
clink, then a second and a third. People smiled and put money in her hat. Soon her hat was full of small change. "Thank you," Lily whispered, her face red with happiness.
Ahem. Thank you.
Wow, good job, amazing.
She gathered the money and ran to the general store.
Hi.
Mua gì đó Lily? Hôm nay cửa hàng tôi có cam ngọt lắm. Cậu ăn thử đi, ngọt lắm. Nếu chua tôi sẽ hoàn tiền cho. Cam ngọt lắm Lily. Bạn mua thử đi. Nếu chua tôi sẽ hoàn tiền lại cho bạn.
She used some of the money to buy some juicy oranges, the kind her dad loved but rarely bought. Holding the oranges, Lily ran straight to the garden. "Dad!" she called.
Ủa?
He looked
Đi đâu
up,
bán Lily?
surprised to see her.
Bán gì cho ai đây?
"Lily,
Bán cho ba hả?
where did you get the money for
Hả?
this?"
Bán cho ba hả? Ủa tiền của con ở đâu đây? Ở đâu có tiền này? Tiền này ở đâu?
Lily, still breathing hard, told him the whole story. The laptop idea, the failed first attempt, and her success with the new song.
Lily làm cái xí nữa nè. Lily giỏi quá nhờ. Thôi bây giờ
Dad
mình đi ăn nhá,
listened,
đi ăn cam nhá.
speechless.
Con đây của con nhé.
He pulled his little girl into a tight hug.
Đội nón này đi. Nó cho mát nhá. Đúng rồi. Thôi đi nào, đi ra đây ăn nào. Chậm thôi con. Qua đây, đây. Này, qua đây ngồi này. Đây, ngồi đây. Ngồi đây nhá. Đây, ngồi đây. Bóc cái này cho Ly nhá. Đúng rồi. Này, đưa bà bỏ cái đàn cho Ly nhá. Rồi. Bỏ đây cho con nhá. Cái đàn đẹp nhỉ?
Then he gently
Cái đàn đẹp quá
released
hả?
her and picked up
Có cái
an
này đi ăn nhé.
orange. His rough hands
Đi
peeled
đỏ
it,
có phải không?
and he handed the first slice to Lily.
Chờ xíu. Mình chờ xíu. Đây.
You eat this, he said. It's a reward for my great guitarist.
Vài miếng nha.
Lily smiled, her eyes crinkling, and
ngon quá
took
nhỉ?
the slice. They sat together, eating the sweet, juicy orange. It was the most memorable lunch of their lives, a mix of sweetness, sweat, and happiness. The door creaked open. Lily, home from school in her uniform, scampered into the house.
Vào đây nha. Được chưa? Đưa cặp đây.
As was her routine, she adeptly shrugged the heavy backpack off her shoulders. Dad smiled, took the backpack, and hung it neatly on the hook.
Vào tủ lạnh đi. Thấy chưa?
Immediately, Lily ran to the refrigerator, stood on her tiptoes to open the door, and took out a carton of fresh milk. Dad, pour me some milk. Dad gently took a glass, pouring the pure white milk for her.
Rồi.
Lily put a straw in and took a deep sip. While his little daughter was refueling, Dad quietly went downstairs to prepare a few things. Perhaps because she was so thirsty, Lily drank a bit too quickly. A white splash of milk spread across the wooden table. Lily startled. Oh no! But she didn't cry. She knew what to do.
Uh-oh.
Quick as a squirrel, Lily ran to get a cleaning cloth and diligently wiped the spill clean.
Uh-oh.
When she was done, she held the milk-soaked cloth and ran to find her dad.
Đi đâu đây?
Dad,
Đi cái
I
bát này nào.
accidentally spilled the milk. Can you please wash this cloth for me? Lily happily returned to the living room. But just as she sat down, she felt something strange.
Uh-oh.
Achoo! And then achoo! Again. She was sneezing constantly. Perhaps the change in weather had given her a cold. Mindfully, Lily ran to the tissue box, pulled out a few, and wiped her own nose. When she was done, she even carefully threw the dirty tissues into the trash can before wandering into the bedroom. A sudden chill made her climb right onto the bed, seeking warmth from her beloved blanket and curling up into a small ball. A moment later, Dad finished washing the cloth. He came upstairs but didn't see his daughter. "Lily?" he called. There was no answer. He gently pushed open the bedroom door
Lily.
and saw a small lump of blanket, shivering slightly.
Lily,
He walked over
sao vậy?
and softly lifted the blanket.
sao nằm đây?
Lily's face was flushed red,
Sao đây?
her eyes heavy-lidded and weary. The father's
vậy?
heart clenched. He
Bố
was
à?
truly worried.
Vì sao đây? Bố mà, tôi nằm ngủ được không? Bố nằm ngủ hả? Mệt hả? Có mệt hả?
"You have a fever," he whispered, rushing to find the thermometer.
Để ba xem nào. Ba xem ốm nào. Ba xem nào.
A beep sounded,
Trời ơi.
confirming his fear.
Ốm ở đấy nghe chưa? Nè, ốm rồi nè, thấy không? Thấy chưa? Đi nằm ngoan nhá. Nó nằm xuống, nằm xuống. Nó nằm đi.
Dad hurried to get a cooling fever patch, gently
Ngoan nhá,
placing
bà
it
dán
on
cho
his
Lily nhá.
daughter's forehead.
Sốt nha. Đây, con nằm xuống đi, con nằm xuống. Đúng rồi. Đó. Rồi con nằm đây. Ngoan nhá. Cái này nó mau hết lắm, thấy chưa? Đây, uống thuốc. Sao đâu, uống thuốc nhé. Rồi con nằm xuống. Nằm xuống bà lấy đây. Nhé.
Then carefully measured a spoonful of cold and flu syrup.
Lily dậy đi này. Bà mua
There's
thuốc
a
ho
good
Lily.
girl, he soothed.
Lily uống đi,
Drink
uống
some
xíu thôi.
medicine so you can get better soon.
Con bị sao vậy? Ốm à? Hai ba xem nào. Vì sao đây? Sao mà mệt vậy? Sao mà nằm đây? Sao nằm đây Lily? Lily dậy đi này. Bà mua thuốc ho cho Lily này. Lily uống đi, uống một xíu thôi. Con ốm à? Ốm hả? Đâu ba xem nào. Lily dậy đi này. Bà mua thuốc ho cho Lily này. Sao được không? Siro mật ong đấy. Có cái nào để ba thuốc cho nhé. Đúng rồi. Mau khỏe chưa? Siro này nó không phải ho đấy. Ho cảm đấy. Đúng rồi, giỏi lắm. Đúng rồi. Đi giỏi lắm, đúng rồi. Được rồi ha. Nó nằm đi nào, đây con nằm xuống. Rồi, coi xem nào. Đúng rồi đấy. Rồi, ngoan ha. Đúng rồi, đấy.
While Lily drifted off to sleep from exhaustion, Dad did not rest. He quietly went out to the garden, where the orange tree was heavy with fruit. He picked the juiciest oranges, brought them inside, and carefully squeezed a glass of fresh juice. He carried the
Lily.
glass into the room, gently helped Lily sit up, and said, "Drink some orange juice to get your strength
đấy.
back."
Ngon không? Ừ. Ngồi dậy, ngồi dậy, ngồi dậy. Đúng rồi.
The light, sweet taste of the orange soothed Lily's raw throat.
Chậm thôi nhé. Ừ. Ngon quá hả? Ừ. Cái cao làm ngon quá hả? Ừ. Thấy chưa? Thấy chưa? Rồi, đứa ba nào. Rồi, ngồi im đây, con ngồi im nhé. À. Ừ. À. Giỏi lắm, đúng rồi, đi giỏi lắm. Ngoan nhá. Đây đây, đây đây. Đúng rồi.
The next morning, sunlight streamed through the crack in the door. Lily woke up. The house was quiet. Dad had already gone out to the garden to work early. The fever had subsided, but her body still felt lethargic. Lily lay in bed for a moment, then mustered the strength to sit up. She slowly crawled over to the windowsill, sat there, and looked out at the garden. Under the sun, her dad's familiar back was diligently hoeing the earth. Seeing her dad working so hard, her heart swelled with a powerful love. Even though she was sick, she still wanted to lend a hand. With that thought, Lily took her small basket. And with heavy steps, slowly walked out to where her dad was working.
Ủa, đi đâu Ly?
Dad
Hả?
was focused on the vegetable patch when he suddenly
Mai
heard
gọi vô
footsteps.
đi ăn hả?
He turned
Đang
around
mệt bị
and
đâu?
was startled.
Ở nhà nghỉ đi chứ.
Lily,
Ở nhà nằm ngủ
why
đi
are
chứ.
you
Cho nó
out
khỏe
here?
nha.
You're still
Đi về
sick.
đi về ba. Rồi ba kiếm cho Ly ăn nhé. Thấy chưa?
He swept his little girl up into his arms. My good girl, he said, his voice full of love.
Không ra ngoài ốm sao? Hả?
Your job right now is to rest. You can help Dad only after you're all better.
Ốm thì ở
He
nhà nằm
carried
nghỉ
Lily
chưa?
back into the house
Có gì
and
gọi
gently
nhé.
laid her
Được
down.
không? Này, nằm đây thôi, nằm xuống. Nằm đây. Rồi. Đây, xem nào. Nằm nghỉ đi. Chờ ba tí ba lấy thuốc cho uống nhá. Được không? Nhá. Chờ ba tí nhá. Thôi nằm đây nhá, để ba lấy thuốc cho Ly nhá. Được chưa? Chờ ba tí ha. Chờ ba tí. Chờ ba tí.
Dad checked her temperature again and gave her another dose of medicine.
Bình thường nhá. Chỉ ho là mệt thôi chưa? Thôi nằm nghỉ đi nhé. Chờ bà đi lấy thuốc nhé. Này, để thuốc con. Thêm ít nữa nhé. Nhé. Uống cái này nhanh khỏi nghe chưa? Ha. Thôi ngủ đi, ngủ đi, ngủ xíu đi ha. Ngủ xíu đi nhé. Ngủ xíu đi ha. Ngủ xíu đi, ba kiếm gì cho Ly ăn nhé, được không? Con ngủ xíu đi con ha. Đây, ngoan đi ha.
You rest, okay? I'm just going out to the garden for a moment. I'll be right back. Lily obediently nodded. Dad went out to the garden again. This time, he didn't hoe the earth. He went straight to the tangerine tree. He picked a bunch of ripe golden yellow tangerines and brought them back for his little princess. When Dad returned, Lily was feeling a bit better. She was sitting on the sofa waiting for him.
Chờ ba tí nhé. Ba lấy căng ở đây này ha. Rồi đây ha. Trời ơi, sao đỡ mệt chưa? Có đỡ mệt chưa? Đỡ rồi hả? Ồ, thôi được rồi, ba lấy căng đi nhá. Nhá. Sao? Đỡ mệt à? Đỡ mệt à? Đỡ mệt à? Cái này hả? Hả? Ho tí thôi nhỉ? Thôi được rồi. Đây, nó cam cho đi đây. Mới bắt này, thấy không? Ngồi yên nữa nhé.
Dad sat down beside her, holding a tangerine. His rough, calloused hands carefully peeled the skin, meticulously removed every strand of white pith, and then separated each sweet, juicy segment, handing them one by one to Lily.
Rồi, này ha.
Lily accepted them, eating with relish. The sweet taste of the tangerine melted in her mouth, and her heart melted from her father's gentle care. She knew that as long as Dad was here, she would be healthy again soon.
Đớm này chưa? Chắc là đớm này rồi đúng không? Được không Ly? Ngon không? Đúng rồi. Đấy đó.
On a beautiful morning, a dad was leisurely sweeping the brick courtyard, his eyes occasionally glancing down the green, tree-shaded village road, anticipating a familiar little figure. And then, from a distance, Lily appeared. The clever little monkey, in her neat school uniform, consisting of a white shirt and a blue vest, with a cute backpack on her back. The sun began to climb higher, only her legs were a little tired after a long day. After feeling more comfortable, Lily continued her cheerful steps towards the house, where she knew her dad's loving arms were waiting. As soon as she saw her dad, joy sparkled in Lily's eyes. She ran over, chirping in her clear voice, "Dad, I'm home from school." Her dad smiled gently, let go of the broom, and opened his arms wide to embrace his little daughter. Once inside, Lily immediately showed herself to be a very independent little girl. With her tiny but skillful fingers, she took off her freshly creased uniform and changed into comfortable home clothes.
Oh!
A bright yellow t-shirt and cute striped shorts. Not only that, she also proved to be very responsible. Lily carefully gathered her uniform, held it snugly in her arms, and trotted over to the washing machine. With a very serious expression, she neatly placed the clothes inside the drum, as if completing a very important task. When her mission was accomplished, Lily excitedly put on her favorite straw hat. And ran out to the yard, where her dad was still waiting. Seeing his energetic little daughter, an idea suddenly sparked in his mind. He suggested, "Shall we go to the garden to pick vegetables for lunch?" Lily's eyes lit up, and she nodded eagerly in agreement.
vào nha. Đi cho nắng ha.
Her dad lifted her into his arms, and together they went to the garden behind the house. Under the golden sunlight, the two of them began their harvest. Dad picked a large, fresh loofah, which Lily delightedly took and nibbled a small piece of.
Cái này hơi già quá ha. Tìm cái non non nhỉ. Bỏ vào đây con, bỏ vào đây ha. Giá kém nha. Đây ha.
Together, they picked plump eggplants, lush green beans, and vibrant red tomatoes.
Ôi giời ơi, ngon quá hả? Này được không? Bỏ đây. Hai quả nữa ha. Rồi đi nào. Nó có thêm này. Cà chua này. Đậm nha. Rồi, giờ đi về ha.
Soon their basket was overflowing with fresh vegetables.
Đi về thôi. Đi về nhanh nấu ăn nào, đi nhanh lên. Rồi, nhanh lên con. Bà đi sau đây.
Back inside, while her dad was busy preparing the freshly picked vegetables for lunch, Lily obediently sat down at her study table. She put on her small glasses, sat in front of her tablet, and took the opportunity to study
Hôm
online.
nay đi của mình ở nhà đang học bài nên mình sẽ nấu món ăn cho Lily nhé. Bây giờ mình có khoai này, cà rốt này, bí đậu này. Đó, bây giờ mình hấp cho Lily nhé.
Lily focused on her studies
Như
like a
vậy,
real
nhóm 2 cũng
student.
rất giỏi, chỉ là hơi chậm hơn nhóm 1 một chút xíu thôi.
Occasionally, she would glance towards the kitchen, curiously observing her dad's cooking. In the cozy kitchen, Lily's dad was busy preparing the fresh vegetables they had just picked. But suddenly, he frowned, looking at the empty spice jar. Oh no, we're out of salt! Lily, who was studying, immediately left her desk when she heard her dad. She ran to his side, her big round eyes full of curiosity. Her dad bent down and gently asked, "My sweet Lily, can you help me go to the supermarket and buy a bag of salt?" With a determined look, Lily nodded enthusiastically.
Đi tí ha. Đây, để vào đây túi nhé. Đây. Để vào bỏ tiền nữa chứ.
Her dad smiled, carefully put money into Lily's small purse, and kindly reminded her,
Đi cẩn thận nha.
"Be careful, I'll be waiting for you."
Bye-bye.
Lily eagerly ran out to the backyard. There, her close friend, Sam the pig, was relaxing on the lush green grass.
Hi.
"Sam, let's go to the supermarket," Lily called out. Sam, as if understanding, stood up. Lily nimbly climbed onto Sam's back,
Go.
holding on tightly. Sam began to carry Lily along the familiar village path, the sound of his trotting feet mingling with Lily's giggles, creating a truly lovely and simple scene.
Ahem.
At the supermarket, faced with a colorful world of sparkling goods, especially the candy aisle. Lily wanted to buy everything. Her eyes were glued to the tempting packages of sweets, imagining their sweet taste. But then, her dad's words echoed in her ears. Please buy a bag of salt for me.
Mua cho bà ít gia vị rồi về mình ăn cơm nhé.
Tìm mua cho bà ít gia vị rồi về mình ăn cơm nhé.
Thấy chưa?
Lily snapped back to reality, breaking free from the allure of snacks and quickly heading to the spice aisle. A moment later, she found the pure white bag of salt her dad needed. After paying at the counter, Lily hurried back to where Sam was waiting. Let's go home, Sam, Lily chirped happily. Sam carried Lily back again, along the familiar road, bringing with them the bag of salt and the joy of a completed mission. Upon arriving home, Lily proudly handed the salt to her dad. Dad, I bought the salt! Her dad smiled warmly, patting his little daughter's head in thanks,
Vừa kịp lúc cơm chín luôn đấy.
and then immediately used the salt to finish the dish he was cooking.
Đây. Này là gia vị rồi. Chỉ có thêm tí gia vị nó mới ngon được ha. Đấy.
Soon, the warm, sweet aroma of the cooked lunch filled the house, awakening Lily's hungry stomach. With all his care and love, her dad carefully arranged the food on plates. The carrot slices glowed with the color of the sun, and the green beans were as vibrant as if they had just been picked. Everything was the fruit of their small garden, a nutritious gift from a dad to his daughter's health.
Rồi, được rồi. Thôi, đi ra ăn ha. Ba chuẩn bị đồ ăn cho lợn này nhé. Đồ ăn cho ỉn ha. Đồ ăn gì ba chuẩn bị sẵn rồi đấy. Bây giờ mình mang cho để ỉn ăn ha. Chờ ba tí nha. Rồi, đi ra đây nè. Cơm ha, cơm ha. Rồi, như vậy nè. Chờ ba tí nha.
The two of them sat at the table, the space filled only with peace and the aroma of food.
Thế rồi.
The lunch wasn't fancy, but it was the happiest of meals.
Đây này, hôm nay có cà rốt này, có đậu, có khoai lang nhá. Đây, ăn cà rốt trước ha. Hôm nay mình ăn cà rốt trước nha. Đây.
Lily held her small fork, taking each bite with relish, her cheeks puffing out adorably.
Dinh dưỡng cho Ly nhá. Wow, ngon quá. Tuyệt vời.
In the sweetness of the vegetables, she could almost taste the sun, the earth, and the effort she herself had contributed. And above all, it was the taste of the love her dad had seasoned every dish with.
Đây. Đó. Bây giờ bạn hãy cẩn thận Ly nhé. Đấy. Rồi bạn đậu đi. Không thử rồi. Ai biết là nó ngon hay không chứ? Đây. Đây này.
Her dad didn't
Thấy
eat
chưa?
much. He just quietly watched his little daughter eat with a good appetite, his eyes filled with a simple yet complete
Đây, nha.
happiness.
Đây. Chị ba ăn này không? Đây. Thấy không? Đây, ly đây. Cà rốt hả? À, có vẻ nhưng mà Ly cũng rất thích ăn đậu mọi người ạ. Mình lấy cà rốt cho Ly nhá. Đây. Thả muỗng cà rốt ha. Vâng, thử cái này cho Ly nhá. Đây. Đó. Wow. Đúng rồi. Giỏi quá. Thêm cà rốt ha. Đây. Cái vai mệt ha. Đây, thêm cà rốt cho con nhá. Mạnh lên con, đúng rồi, mạnh lên. Yeah. Ý giời. Ý dạ, ý dạ. Ý dạ. Đây, cho mình chỉnh lại cái này đây. Đây, 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 đây. Đấy, đây gọi không ha. Cắm mạnh lên xem, cắm mạnh dưới nào. Cắm mạnh dưới chứ. Đây, cần phải cắm mạnh này. Đúng rồi. Thì cà rốt ha. Mình ăn từng món một nhỉ. Đúng rồi. Chờ bà tí đi, bà lấy cái này cho Ly nhé.
That morning was truly peaceful. In the small house, the little monkey named Lily was dressed in a school uniform, sitting seriously at her study desk. But instead of reading a book, she was staring intently at the calendar hanging on the wall. After a moment of deep thought, a wonderful idea suddenly sparked in her mind. Today was Dad's birthday. A grand and loving plan began to form. To carry out the plan, the first thing she needed was money. Lily began her secret mission. She took the phone, looked up the information for a bakery, and quickly ordered a birthday cake. She searched every nook and cranny, and finally, inside a cabinet, she found her treasure, a red piggy bank. Without a moment's hesitation, Lily used all her might to push the piggy bank to the floor, where it shattered on impact. The saved coins clinked cheerfully as they spilled out. Before long, a delivery person brought a lovely cake box to the door. Lily joyfully accepted it and placed the cake on the table. The delivery person kindly helped Lily open the box, and immediately, a sweet strawberry scent filled the room. Before her was a snow-white cream cake, decorated with plump red strawberries and fluffy swirls of frosting. It was so beautiful, so perfect. Just have to wait for Dad to come home, Lily told herself, trying to contain her excitement. But time passed slowly, and Dad still wasn't home. The aroma of the cake was too alluring, wafting into every corner, constantly teasing Lily's little tummy. Finally, temptation won. Just one tiny piece, she reassured herself. The sweet, rich taste melted on her tongue. It was more delicious than anything she had ever tasted. But one piece turned into another piece, and then she grew bolder, picking off a whole strawberry. In her blissful enjoyment, she accidentally leaned too far, and with a splat, a large dollop of cream fell right onto her school uniform. Startled and horrified, Lily looked down at the white stain on her shirt. Panic! If Dad saw this, the secret would be revealed, and he would surely scold her. She couldn't let that happen. She quickly took off the stained uniform and rushed it to the bathroom. With her tiny hands, she clumsily turned on the tap, splashing water all over the stain. She grabbed a bar of soap bigger than her fist and tried to scrub the cream out. Water and soap bubbles flew everywhere, but Lily didn't care. She put the shirt on the washboard and used all her might to scrub and knead, determined to destroy the evidence. After a great battle with the stain, she struggled to wring the clothes dry. Water was still dripping everywhere, but she couldn't wait any longer. She carried the soaking wet uniform outside, stood on her tiptoes on a stone, and stretched as far as she could to hang it on the clothesline. To hide all traces of her deed, she put on the new, clean dress she had bought earlier. Then returned to her study desk and pretended to wait obediently, her heart still pounding.
Lily. Ủa? Trời. Sao vậy? Ủa? Sao thế này? Sao eo của Lily mà lại vỡ thế này trời?
When her dad returned, the first thing he saw was the shattered piggy bank on the floor. Thinking his little daughter had been making mischief again, he couldn't hide his fatigue and annoyance.
Lily. Tao bảo là Lily ơi. Lily, có hỏi nè. Lily, ba hỏi nè.
Lily, was this you again? He said in a loud voice. Unjustly scolded,
Này có thấy không? Đây này, thấy chưa? Bể heo thấy chưa? Con lấy tiền làm gì? Đứng im.
Lily just silently bowed her head, her eyes welling up with tears. But she offered no
Người ta đang nói
explanation.
mà. Tiền là bể heo làm gì? Hay là lỡ đụng vào nó? Đúng không Ly? Rồi sao lấy tiền mua đồ ở đây? Lấy tiền đâu mua quần áo? Sao? Tiền đâu con mua quần áo? Bây giờ làm sao có tiền mua đồ, mua trái cây cho Ly đây? Hết tiền mua trái cây rồi. Làm sao? Dối à? Làm sao? Không biết nói gì luôn.
She wanted to keep the secret
Nào, đi
until
bay
the
đâu
very
hả?
end.
Ừ.
Seeing that her
Hả?
dad was
Ủa,
still
đấy
angry,
rồi.
Lily quietly approached
trời.
him and
Đấy hả?
gently tugged on his pant
Đây
leg.
hả?
She led him to the
À.
table where the birthday cake was hidden.
Ai trời
When her
ơi.
dad saw the cake with
Lần
its
đi,
loving
đúng không?
message, he was stunned.
Gì đây?
All his anger instantly vanished,
À.
replaced by astonishment,
Đi
then
mua bánh kem ba
emotion,
hả?
and finally
Tại sao ăn
regret.
mất miếng rồi? Nè.
He understood
Ăn mất miếng rồi
everything.
nè.
Oh
Không
my
được
daughter,
kem, ăn
he
nhiều
choked
nữa
out.
nhé.
I'm so
Lần nữa
sorry.
ăn chưa?
I
Ngồi đây
didn't
nào.
know.
Ngồi đây. Rồi đến đâu đi? Ừ, đến đâu đi? Ừ. Ôi rồi, đây hả? Rồi cảm ơn Ly nhá. Cầm đây nha. Đây đúng không hả? Đúng không nhỉ?
Thank you for everything, Lily. He swept his little girl into a tight hug. All misunderstandings were washed away. Under the glowing candlelight, the father and daughter shared the sweet cream cake, a simple birthday party that was perhaps the warmest and most meaningful one in the world.
Đang chiều đi ăn bánh đó. Đây này. Đi ăn bánh đi. Đây này đi. Đó, làm gì đâu. Làm trái cây nhá. Đi mua bánh bao nhiêu Ly? Mua bao nhiêu tiền này? Hả? Ngon quá ha. Bánh ngon quá nhỉ. Cảm ơn Ly nhé. Chúng ta bao nhiêu tiền Ly lại đi mua cái heo mới nha Ly nhé. Mua cái heo mới nhá. Cất tiền nhá. À, con ăn con đây hả? Đúng rồi.
After the surprise birthday party for her dad, Lily's musical talent suddenly got everyone's attention. With her ukulele in hand, she became a true street performer.
Hi.
Đẹp quá đi. Dễ thương quá đi.
Hi.
Though her playing was simple, it was full of emotion and attracted many fans.
Thank you.
Wow, good job, amazing.
Before long, her hat was filled with tips.
Great job.
Having become a celebrity, Lily decided she had to treat herself to a day of luxury.
I have to keep this money carefully.
First, she carefully put the money she earned into a safe, showing that she was a star who knew how to manage her finances.
I have to reward myself. What should I do? That's such a good idea. Oh yeah. Yay! set, and go. I am so rich.
Then she withdrew a little cash and headed to a luxury spa. As soon as she entered,
How can I help
an
you?
employee in a pristine white uniform bowed and respectfully handed Lily a golden
Welcome.
VIP card. The atmosphere inside the spa was incredibly serene, with only the sound
Oh,
of
you are a
trickling
VIP
water
member.
and
It
the
is my
gentle
honor.
scent of lemongrass
Welcome.
essential oil in the air. Lily was led to a private room with a miniature massage
want you
bed
to be gentle.
specially designed for her. She lay down on the cloud soft pillow and was immediately covered with a silky, gentle cloth. To help the star relax, the employee thoughtfully put on some melodious instrumental piano music. The employee's hands gently began the massage at her head, the fingers gliding through her soft fur, lightly kneading behind her ears and at her temples, making Lily shiver gently with pleasure. Then they used a warm, fragrant oil, gently massaging along her spine and down her little legs. All the fatigue from her performances seemed to melt away. Her body went completely limp, her eyes half closed, as she completely immersed herself in a world of absolute comfort and luxury. After the massage that left her feeling as light as a feather, the star Lily proceeded to a magnificent
Hello,
five-star
I would
restaurant.
like to order.
The brilliant crystal chandeliers shone down on tables draped in white linen.
The restaurant looks so fancy. Excuse me. I'm here, bro. Next time I will take my dad with me.
A waiter in a formal suit, seeing
I
the
take your
special
order?
VIP guest,
want lots
quickly
of
rushed
food.
over. He carefully placed a
What would you
tiny
like to
silk
drink?
bib around Lily's
I
neck.
think I'll have milk.
Thank you. I will bring the food back soon.
With the air of a star, she quickly chose her dishes. A lavish meal was served, featuring a variety of the
Wow,
freshest
it
fruits
looks
and
delicious.
vegetables, succulent red
Enjoy your
watermelon,
meal.
crisp sweet carrots, cherry tomatoes, and tender green beans. Lily gracefully picked up the tiny silver fork, speared a piece of watermelon, brought it to her mouth, and chewed slowly. She savored each dish with great refinement, looking just like a chic and noble lady. And then, Lily slowly opened her eyes. She found herself still lying on her familiar
I
pillow.
just dreamed
Her
about
dad
something.
still
Dad?
sitting beside her, gently stroking her head.
Bực mình ghê.
There was no luxury spa, no five-star restaurant. It turned out that all the lavish experiences were just a sweet dream after a long day full of events.
Gì vậy?
Even though it was
Oh,
only a
it's okay,
dream,
Dad.
in that
Let's
dream,
go to sleep.
Lily had truly shone like a star. That afternoon, the golden sunlight was pouring like honey over the garden. Inside, Lily was sitting on her familiar beanbag chair, but her mind couldn't focus on her toys. Through the window, she saw her dad diligently trimming the overgrown branches. Seeing the beads of sweat on his forehead, Lily felt that she couldn't sit still any longer. Lily ran quickly out into the yard. After watching her dad for a while, she ran into the house. Got a bottle of cool water and solemnly brought it out to him.
Oh, đâu đi? Ủa? Đi Ly. Đâu, qua đây thế nào? Đây à. Vào đây cho ba hả? Vào Ly nha. Uống không? Qua đây cho uống.
Her dad smiled and stroked his thoughtful daughter's head. But instead of drinking it himself, he opened the cap and kindly offered the first drink to Lily.
Đúng rồi. Để táo bà áo nha. Sát luôn, sát luôn. Đó, này, sát luôn. Có uống nữa ha. Đi cho ba xíu nha, được không? Rảnh không?
After their break, the main task began, cleaning up the giant pile of leaves. Lily looked at the red wheelbarrow. To her, it looked like a red giant. Without a moment's hesitation, Lily got right to work. She copied her dad, using her tiny hands to gather handfuls of dry leaves, creating a delightful rustling sound. She even carefully picked up the small twigs, though they were a bit awkward to hold.
Oh, đi này. Ở xe đi con.
Each time she gathered a small pile, she had to stand on her tiptoes, stretching as tall as she could to drop them into the bed of the red wheelbarrow, which was almost half her height. Her small hands moved nimbly, working without rest, her little face showing clear focus and seriousness, as if this were an incredibly important mission.
Ba lên xe đi con. Ba lên xe đi.
Occasionally, her dad would stop his work, smile, and gently pat Lily's hatted head as a silent word of encouragement. My daughter is doing a great job. It was moments like these that made Lily work even more enthusiastically. When he saw his daughter was getting tired, her hands slowing down, he immediately took a break. He tenderly gave the water bottle to Lily, then gently used a cloth to wipe the water droplets from her chin and the sweat from her forehead. Re-energized by her dad's care, Lily continued her work. When the wheelbarrow was piled high, Lily joyfully climbed on top, turning the pile of leaves into a soft throne.
Rồi lên xe đi. Đây đi. Đây nào.
She sat perched on it like a ship's captain, conquering the high seas. Her dad laughed and began to push the leaf boat forward. Lily sat up high, happily watching the garden from a whole new perspective, feeling like the queen of this whole garden.
Đi kìa. Đi kìa đi. Mang đây, đúng là mang đây. Bỏ cái đi, đúng rồi. Đi về nào.
After a hard afternoon's work, the father and daughter returned to their small wooden house.
Đi về đi đây. Về đi ăn nhé.
To reward his daughter for her diligence, her dad had prepared a special light meal. Lily sat properly in a wooden chair, a plate of warm, fragrant yellow food in front of her. She held her fork and leisurely enjoyed the sweet reward of her labor.
Trời ơi. Đấy, bà có làm mấy miếng to cho Ly kìa. Ăn từ từ thôi nhé.
All her fatigue seemed to vanish, leaving only a sense of pride and the warmth of her dad's love surrounding her.
Cắn đi con, cắn ăn đi con. Đúng rồi đấy. Đúng rồi. À, thói quen của Ly để ăn là cất đi đúng không? Để dành đúng không? Ly thích để dành. Cái mặt hay quá. Cái mặt nghiêng hay quá. Xong chưa? Thôi bỏ cho ba nào. Lily chào mọi người nào. Lily chào đi nào. Lily chào. Bye bye.
A new day began in a cozy room as a little monkey named Lily awoke. Dressed in a cute red and white onesie, Lily sat on her bed, still warm from her sleep, amidst the pink sheets and blankets. Instead of lazing around, she began her first task of the day, tidying her bed. With a look of determination, Lily pulled off the blanket and pillow, tossing them neatly into a corner of the room. Meanwhile, out in the lush green garden, her dad was caring for the family's goats, breaking off fresh, young banana leaves for them to eat.
Ngon quá.
Back inside, having completed her mission of making the bed, Lily went to the yellow armchair to relax for a moment. But her rest didn't last long, as a mischievous idea sparked in her mind. Lily quickly ran to the mini fridge, using both her hands and feet to climb on top of it. Her target was a green packet of powder. After grabbing it, she tore it open and began to eat it with relish. unfortunately spilled the powder all over the floor.
Oh my gosh!
Realizing she had just made a mess, Lily immediately grabbed a blue cloth and began to diligently clean up the scene. She bent down, using the cloth to scrub at the spilled powder. Her small hands fumbled as she tried to wipe forcefully. But the dried powder wouldn't disappear easily. Instead, it only seemed to spread out wider, creating streaky and stickier patches that made the floor even messier than before. The more Lily wiped, the more flustered she appeared, her hasty and clumsy movements showing that she was trying her best to hide her crime. Lily's cleaning efforts seemed to backfire. Instead of disappearing, the white powder became even more streaked and smeared across the floor. Getting dirtier the more she wiped. Looking at her handiwork, a wave of panic washed over her. Without hesitation, she rushed into the bedroom, quickly pulled open the wardrobe door, and climbed inside, closing it tightly behind her. Inside the wardrobe, darkness enveloped her. Not even the familiar scent of the clothes could soothe her. Lily could clearly hear her own panting breaths and feel her chest heaving, her little heart pounding so fast it felt like it was about to leap out. In this cramped and stuffy space, a familiar memory suddenly flooded back. The last time she had made a mess, she had also hidden in this very wardrobe, and her dad had found her immediately. The memory of being discovered so easily made Lily realize this was not a safe hiding place. I can't get caught again. The thought spurred her into action. Learning her lesson the hard way, Lily cracked open the wardrobe door and carefully peeked out. She decided she had to find a new hiding spot, a place her dad would never suspect. Her eyes darted around the house and settled on the refrigerator in the living room. That was the safest place. No sooner said than done. She tiptoed out, climbed into the refrigerator, and closed the door, hoping she wouldn't be discovered this time. Soon after, her dad returned from the garden. Seeing the messy floor, he didn't scold her, but instead called out, "Lily," and went into the bedroom to look for her.
Ồ, này có con đệt à?
Not finding his daughter in the room, he came back out.
Ly ơi.
And sensed something was unusual about the refrigerator.
Như này.
Opening the door, he found Lily huddled inside.
Hả? Sao bột để rải khắp nhà Ly? Hử? Sao bột rải khắp nhà vậy? Làm gì đó con? Hử? Làm gì đó? Hử? Gì đây? Nè, bột nè. Hử? Sao? Thèm bánh hả? Hay thèm gì? Thèm nó bánh hả? Ừ? Đi ra đây em bế nào.
Instead of getting angry, he smiled gently.
Đây là sữa tủ phải không? Sao có lấy uống
He
nhé.
didn't reprimand her at all, but softly asked his daughter to get another cloth.
Chưa? Sao có lấy lại cái lấy hôn rác cho ba đi. Đúng rồi. Đây. Đây. Đúng rồi con đây. Đúng rồi. À, cảm ơn Ly. Rồi. Thôi, đi đâu chở ba đi nha.
The two of them then worked together to clean up the powder from the floor.
Quét lại nha. Đó, thấy chưa? Nè. Đó, cho sạch nha. Đó, thấy chưa? Sạch chưa? Đó. Sạch chưa? Rồi đứng đây nè. Cầm đây nào, cầm đây. Đi cầm đây. Cầm đây. Đó, cầm đây. Đó, mỗi người một việc nhá. Đó. Thấy chưa? Ừ. Đấy, đừng làm bẩn cái nhà nhé, nhà mình sạch nhé. Rồi. Đi đầu ha. Đừng dắt ha. Đấy nha. Rồi giờ tay không uống sữa nhé. Ha.
When they were finished,
Rồi.
he lifted Lily up and carried her to the bathroom to wash her hands and clean her up.
Tay đâu, tay đâu, tay đâu, tay đâu. Lạnh quá ha, lạnh quá ha. Rồi, tay đây, tay đây. Rồi. Rồi, đi uống sữa ha. Đi. Uống sữa cho đi uống nha. Được chưa? Đấy. Tay kia nữa. Tay kia nữa. Ừ.